Welcome to Starship TV. Battlestar Galactica, 1978 TV series, a classic science fiction saga. Overview and premise. Battlestar Galactica is a science fiction television series that originally aired in 1978. It was created by Glenn A. Larson, and was envisioned as a sweeping space opera, heavily influenced by the success of Star Wars 1977. The show chronicles the last remnants of humanity fleeing a genocidal robotic race called the Cylons, as they journey through space aboard a giant warship known as the Battlestar Galactica, in search of a distant planet called Earth. The story begins with a surprise attack on the 12 colonies of man by the Cylons, who were once created by a reptilian race and had evolved into self-aware machines. Betrayed by a human named Baltar, the colonies are destroyed. The surviving human population, aboard a convoy of ships led by Galactica, sets off on a voyage toward the mythic 13th colony, Earth. Main characters and actors. Commander Adama, played by Lorne Greene, the wise and steadfast commander of the Galactica. Adama is a father figure to the fleet, and a leader deeply rooted in both faith and logic. Captain Apollo, played by Richard Hatch, Adama's son, a brave Viper pilot and moral compass of the crew. He is a natural leader and one of the show's central characters. Lieutenant Starbuck, played by Dirk Benedict, a charming, roguish pilot known for his gambling and romantic escapades, yet also a talented and daring warrior. Lieutenant Boomer, played by Herbert Jefferson Jr., another key Viper pilot. Boomer is a skilled, dependable figure who represents loyalty. Count Baltar, played by John Colicos, a treacherous human who sells out the 12 colonies to the Cylons. Later made a servant of the Cylon Imperious leader, he becomes a recurring villain. Cassiopeia, played by Laurette Spang, a former socialator turned medtech, she develops a romantic connection with Starbuck. Boxy, played by Noah Hathaway, a young boy who survives the Cylon attack and is cared for by Apollo and the crew. Colonel Ty, played by Terry Carter, Adama's second-in-command, known for his professionalism and loyalty. Serena, played by Jane Seymour, a news reporter and love interest to Apollo. She appears in the pilot movie and early episodes. Network and airtime. Network, ABC, American Broadcasting Company. Original air date, premiered September 17, 1978. Airtime, typically aired on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The show was broadcast as a full-hour dramatic series and debuted with a massive 3-hour pilot episode titled, Saga of a Star World. Music and intro theme. The intro music for Battlestar Galactica was composed by Stu Phillips, in collaboration with creator Glenn A. Larson. The theme features a sweeping orchestral score, heroic and majestic, echoing classical Hollywood epics. The theme is memorable for its rising horns and drum cadence, often played over a dramatic montage of Galactica's fleet. The voiceover narration accompanying the theme became iconic. There are those who believe that life here began out there, far across the universe, with tribes of humans. This opening suggested a mythological tone, and hinted at a lost ancestral connection between Earth and the Galactica's fleet. Interesting facts. Big budget. At the time, Battlestar Galactica had one of the most expensive pilot episodes in television history, costing over $7 million. Theatrical release. The pilot movie was also released in theaters before the series debuted on television. Legal issues with Star Wars. 20th Century Fox sued Universal Studios, claiming Battlestar Galactica copied elements from Star Wars. The lawsuit was later dismissed, but the comparisons were a constant point of discussion. Special effects. The visual effects were supervised by John Dykstra, who had previously worked on Star Wars. The space battles reused model-based effects and extensive compositing. Cancelled too soon. The show was cancelled after just one season, 24 episodes, despite strong initial ratings. The high production costs were a factor. Follow-up series, a low-budget sequel series, Galactica 1980, aired briefly in 1980 but was poorly received. Cultural legacy. Though short-lived, the series built a loyal fanbase, and was later reimagined successfully in 2004, with a darker, more politically nuanced tone. You're watching Starship TV. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy our audio content. Thank you. Legacy and influence. Despite lasting only one season, the original Battlestar Galactica became a cult classic. Its themes of survival, faith, betrayal, and hope resonated deeply with audiences. It stood out in the late 1970s for its ambitious storytelling, cinematic quality, and ensemble cast. The show's retro-futuristic designs, memorable theme, and space opera mythology have earned it a permanent place in the history of science fiction television. This series is really special with the musical score, Lorne Greene, and the myth of the 13th colony, which reminds us of the lost tribes of Israel. Starship TV highly recommends this classic TV series.